Are you searching for purpose of life? Discover your true identity. Stay tuned to Shalom World.
I am Ignatius Ouma Otieno. I am 24 years old now. I had stayed in the street for like 2 years. Before I went to the street, I was living with my mother and my stepfather. My stepfather was feeling more like he's doing too much. At a point, he came and stopped us from going to school, me and my sister, and make us just work in the house, clean things. If we would do even a very small mistake, he would really beat us. And there's a scenario I really never liked so much, and it used to pain me a lot. In the class, I was bigger than others, and I didn't see it like a challenge or something like it, but for me, I liked it because I was given an opportunity now to write a different story of myself. I never liked this kind of situation. Me and my mother being caned in the same spot, being laid on the ground like kids and hit by a belt or by a rod or something. So up to now, that picture still, to me, is more not presentable. It brings a lot of pain. I was so jealous of other kids who I would see on the street. They hold hands with their father, their mother, either going to church or something. But for me, my relationship with my stepfather was more like, if I will see him, I'll run. If I see him, I'll either go and sit or hide somewhere because you don't know what will take shape in the next minute. So it proceeded like that, mistreatment. He didn't like us. So he said like, you people are just misusing the resources, you're eating too much. Sometimes we would go without food and my mom would say nothing because she had no power in the house. So there's a time I was playing with other kids in the street and by mistake I spilled some kerosene. This kerosene for kerosene lamp, and it was being sold. So that day, I really felt like something worse is going to happen, but I said, God help me. So I just stayed. That day, my father came and he was beating everyone in the house because of what I did, because he was forced to pay whatever happened. So he came, caned us, and he stepped on my chest and I coughed blood. Till this moment I have chest pain, chest problem because of that scenario. So I became more afraid of him and more scared of everything that is taking place. So I felt like I was feeling more like, why don't I just go out there and live free like other boys who are living in the street? So I was feeling more like no one is disturbing them. They are living more free. But I have a father, someone I should call a father, but to me is more like an animal. So I was feeling like I'd rather go out there and live a free life. Let someone else that I don't know beat me or do something, but not someone that I should be calling a father, because at that moment I didn't know that he wasn't my real father. So I was feeling so bad. So I'm not going to wait for the same thing. I'm not going to experience me and my mother being laid on the ground and being caned like kids. So I just told my sister, I'll see you when I come back. I don't know when I'm going to come back. So I'd already formulated, I'd already created friendship between me and some of the street boys. So when I was leaving home, going to the street, I knew I'll meet friends, I'll meet people who will welcome me, who will maybe protect me or something. So I remember that first night for me. It wasn't easy. I went out, I didn't get those friends. I didn't see them. I didn't know where exactly they could spend or stay, but I just used to meet them there. So I went to a market. There's a market that was near the slum. So I went to the market, got some bananas, avocado, some fruits, ate. Then for the night, I got scared, but I had nothing to do because I really couldn't withstand more pain in my body. I preferred sleeping in the cold than going back to the same beating. So for that night, I went under one of these vibanda, just where women would sell vegetable, and took some canvas and covered myself. It was really cold that night, but I said it's better because I feel my body's not in pain. I'm feeling safer. Though I was scared of anyone who will come off, but I was feeling, let it happen, but not someone that I know beating me and caning my mother as well. So next morning, I walked to that dump site to find for them, and luckily I found them, and they showed me one or two tricks, what they would do, how they would survive. They would collect some waste food, come and prepare some fire and boil, or they would collect some scrap metal, go and weigh and sell. Then I started growing and knowing what they would do. And I remember from time to time, since I was among the youngest, we will be given different responsibilities. Like I remember there's a time I was given a bag, told don't open, don't check whatever is in, you just take it to the other person. And you know, when you come, I'll give you food, I'll give you some coins, you can go and buy glue, because they were using glue, sniffing glue. So they told me, just take it. So I was curious, what is really inside this bag? So while crossing along some corridors, I opened and checked it. The bag was carrying 2 guns. So I said, okay, let me just take it where I was told. So I took it to the other person, and it was more like a gang leader taking guns to another person. So after taking, I came back and I received my payment, and they also introduced me into sniffing glue. I tried a little of smoking weed, cigarette, but I didn't like it. But sniffing glue I did. So in the street, I lived for like 2 years, doing different things for survival. I remember sometime jacking car parts, like taking out car tire, and sell for sale. I'll come get someone who has parked a car, would maybe break the side mirror and stuff, then take for sale. So in the street, I used to come around the slum, but from a far distance. And I'll meet some of my friends that I knew, and they'll say like, hey, your mom is always looking all over for you. Your sister, she's really worried. But I'll say, I'm okay where I am. You just go and say hi to them. We used to go to a church, a Catholic church, and I used to meet some nuns, Catholic sisters from Mother Teresa. So one of them saw me along the street. I was really in bad shape. And when I saw her, she saw me and called me. When I looked back, I saw her and I didn't want to face her, so I ran away. So after some time, like some months, I don't know what happened. I just met the same sister with my mother. And my mother was like running after me and she held me tightly. Then they talked to me, and because the nun had seen me in the street, she went to talk to my mother and told her that there's a place I can be taken and helped if maybe staying at home is a problem, and being in the street will be more worse for me. Because personally also, being in the street for me, I would feel really bad seeing other kids being taken to school with their parents. Back, like in the evening, they'll be taken back home with the same parents. So I was feeling like, what did I do to the world? What have I done that I can't really have this kind of love? I can't have this kind of care. I can't get access to education. I really wanted to go to school, but I couldn't get this access to go to school. So I was feeling really bad, and I was feeling like maybe nature is against me, or God is against me, or something like that. So when this sister and my mother came, and I heard them saying about a school, I was in a bad shape, but I really wanted to go to school. And when they told me about school, I said, I'd better go somewhere that I'll not go home. I really didn't want to go home, because I knew if I'll go home, it will be another war. So when I came to Bosco Boys, I was taken direct to Langata for rehabilitation. So at Langata, the rehabilitation, we just had more of sports and a little bit of introduction to books here and there, but more of going to church, prayer, and we would have seminars, we would have people to advise us, counselors. So next year in 2003, I came to Bosco Boys, and coming to Bosco Boys, I was to go to Standard 4. But because I had wasted more like 2 years in the street, and I had forgotten a lot of things, so I had to start afresh from class 1. I was young, very playful, and at the same time very active. From time to time, teachers would say, no, this guy is stubborn, but they really liked how I would take my activities and I would assist others. Because in the class, I was more like, I was bigger than others. And I didn't see it like a challenge or something like it's bad. But for me, I liked it because I was given an opportunity now to write a different story of myself. And I felt more like I'm at home. So it was more like like a blessing, like an opportunity. I schooled here and I took a lot of activities. I was in music, I did basketball, volleyball. I remember there's a time I went for national volleyball, and there's a time I also did handball, and I went to the national level as well. I took my 8 years, finished, and I completed. During my year, I remember I was the first in my group. I did well, I performed well. I did my best, and I thank God for the opportunity that year and a half, I volunteered as a computer teacher and a computer lab technician. All that time I was also advising my young ones, trying to show them how they should focus and how they should really use the opportunities given to them. So after that 1 year of voluntary service, I went now to campus, and it's up to now that I'm a fourth year. I'm doing Bachelor of Science Information Technology at Mount Kenya University. For me, I feel so much blessed to be here, and the blessing came from God through the Salesians and people of goodwill, like the benefactors, the volunteers, the sponsors. And I feel so much indebted because I feel so much to give back. Not because that I give back because they helped me, but I feel to help others as well, the way I was helped. To me, it's more of a blessing from God through these people of goodwill. And when I was when I was living at home, I wasn't that much prayerful. But when I came here, we would go to church like every morning. We'll pray our rosary like every evening. We'll have adoration every Friday. So for me, it became more of knowing God more, learning and knowing what is required of me and the Bible and everything. And for me, up to this moment, there's no day going anywhere without my rosary. I'll pray rosary every day. I usually have one principle within me. Bad things happen. I'll wake up in the morning, maybe I want to complete a certain project or do something or go to school. But maybe something might happen that I won't maybe succeed doing it. I do take bad opportunities like it's not a fall. It's an opportunity to learn a different thing. And it's an opportunity for you to focus on whatever you wanted to do in a different direction. Not always being negative of whatever happens into you. It's not all about what the nation, what the community, what the school, what the father can do to you for you. It's all about what did you do with the little that you are given, and what can you do, or how can you give back? How am I going to live the rest of the time? I need to do something extra for myself. On Sundays, I train skating at a park in the city. Where training a kid will be more like 300 shillings. So in a day, I will train like 10 kids or something, and I'll get something for the week or even for the month. Due to this, I'm paying for my younger sister school. She's now in class 4. And I'm also able to help my other, because I'm the only one who has accessed higher education. I've been able to access this opportunity, the facilities and everything. I really want to use it well, and also to be thankful, and also to give back. After all that period, I went back to the family in 2006. Very first time when I was seeing my family, I realized that he had left the family, and because he had 2 wives and my mother was the second wife. So he went back to the first wife in the village, and he took some of the kids of that lady and went with them. And after some years, I heard that he passed away. So I didn't see him just after going to street, I never saw him again. And later on, when I came back and saw that he had left, I found my family more relaxed and more happy, and I liked the environment. It was more calm. I feel more like God has done so much into my life that I really feel so thankful each and every time. And I still need him. But I feel more thankful up to this moment that I have reached. Because if it were not because of him bringing these people of goodwill, like the Salesians, the benefactors, the volunteers, I couldn't have been here. I couldn't been like talking to you, expressing myself this much. I couldn't have gone to campus. But because of him, because of the love, he has shown me the love and blessing through other people. And I'm so grateful and thankful for it. I'm not that person who always focuses on what happened. I focus on what is to come. For me, I have no grudges against him. I forgave him very long time ago. That's why I can tell you this story without shedding tears. Because for me, it's more like a story to advise other people how to live and how to treat other people well. I learned that Jesus himself forgave the people who crucified him on the cross and people who spitted on him. Who am I not to forgive? If Jesus came, God came himself to deliver us from sins. And I'm not able to forgive this one person. And he came to deliver all of us. So who am I?
Someone who's used media a lot in evangelization, so I believe in the importance of Catholic radio, Catholic TV, Catholics using the new media. Can I encourage everyone to watch Shalom TV? I think it's a great vehicle of evangelization. And God bless all of you.